So in today's video, shout out to everybody that's bought stuff from the website. We're still gonna drive this Classic because it's actually a really fun ride. I enjoy it more than driving that K truck, just because the fact that you don't have to worry about putting stuff in here or in the bed, I mean, and then worried or not if someone's gonna take it, because you have a K-van and everything fits in the K-van. By the way, I did end up ordering tires. I looked at them, I thought about it. I said, you know what? It's not worth having somebody not have good tires. And then alignments come in when I have them install the tires. I really wish I could powder coat these, because if I powder coated these in like a bronze or a gold, they would accent this truck very well. For now, let's get in the truck. Excited to go show you what I'm about to do. So yeah, let's see if I can get it on video. But you can hear cold start of this. Since I drove this last time was when I made the video. I also forgot to show that it does come with a clicker. I need to figure out the battery situation, but let's see. So it starts up and you can hear, maybe it'll start to do this weird, a little bit of weird idle in the initial warm-up, but for the most part it works great. It will hit almost 140. Came to look at this. As a potential buy to maybe flip. It's got 56,610 kilometers. It's very simple, 4-speed. It's actually 4-wheel drive, which is nice too. But we'll see. If you see this, you know what I'm doing here. But I feel like I live here most of the time. We're here town for a tire. The Atrai's up on the rack right now. Because in the video that I made not too long ago, this thing was pulling to, I believe, the right or the left, either one, but they got it up on the rack. They're about to see if they can align it. We'll see if they can make it happen. Because when you put the wheel straight, it does look like it's a little kilter to one side or not. It's so funny to see that these barely fit on the rack. We're about to see how off it really is. They're doing the preliminary pulls. You can tell those little arrows on the bottom red row should be dead in the middle. Oh wow. But the ones above it, how they're off to the side, that's okay. That's the camber, and the camber's just about the same on both sides. So I'm not worried about the camber, mostly worried about the toe, because the toe is completely off. There we go. The right side's good now. Now they're gonna start working on that left side. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It was the camber's good because it's within spec, but the caster's what's off, but it's equally off on both sides, so it's nothing to worry about. There it is, they're pulling it back in. No, you're good. You're good. We got it. Now she's aligned. Ready to cook. So first impressions, wow, what a difference an alignment makes. And I'm not just saying that just to, you know, juice it up or anything like that, but an alignment makes a world of a difference. I'm not touching it. Obviously the road does its own thing, so it's never really straight, but right now it's tracking. Before it would be like going that way, and the steering wheel wasn't straight. You would have to hold it like cockeyed to the left and it would still pull to the right. But now I don't even have to worry about holding the wheel. It'll just track straight, which is amazing. So shout out to Town Fair Tire over Norwalk on Connecticut Ave. They always take care, oh, excuse me, random hiccups. They always take care of me and all the imports, all the crazy stuff that I have. Because I know a lot of people don't like to align cars unless they have the specs. These guys go above and beyond just to make it happen. Sometimes that's all you need, is just a toe. They've done the POW, they've done a couple other cars where I was just like, oh dang, nice. I know that I can trust them to get it done. So tires are up on their way from for this one. Paid for them today, so they are headed here soon. They'll be the ones to install it as well, so we'll have fresh tires on this. So I guess stay tuned to see what happens with this. For now, I gotta go get some wipers for the front and wiper for the rear, so at least this can wipe cleanly now. If you ever wondered if you can fit two 150s on the back of a K truck, well, there it is. Moved some scooters for some friends, or a friend I should say. Now we're in the Prado. because after months of having this, who knows what on there, we're headed to Teggy's. And if you're ever curious, this is right below a quarter tank. We're gonna see how much it takes to fill up a Prado with $3.03 of per gallon. So hopefully we'll get some shine out of these wheels. I think they're gonna get powder coated at some point, but for now they're gonna stay the way they are. I would love for them to poke out a little more, but we'll see. For now, we'll pump gas and we'll go from there. There you have it. I speculate it's probably an 18 to 17 gallon tank. So for $47.75 from what used to be about a quarter tank, or less than a quarter tank, that's how much it costs to fill up a Prado. Now, the biggest question is, what kind of gas mileage do we get? It's not very good. But you don't drive a Prado because of the MPGs. You drive a Prado because it's a Prado and because it's awesome to drive. All right, so we made it to Teggy's. We already got right to work. Started putting tar remover on this because it's got so many mosquitoes or bugs all over it. You're gonna see the before I get too ahead of myself. Look how filthy those wheels are. To then the after. This thing's absolutely filthy. Especially this, that's driving me nuts. Also, can't forget about the engine bay because this is filthy. Look how filthy that is. That's just coming off the tires too. So we're gonna get these tires to finally look proper. Teggy's dousing it with some iron remover to get all that crap off the paint. You can see the paint crying right now. Finally, that's coming off. Wow, I can't believe how filthy that tire was. That's crazy. Even the wheel. Where did you get these? Shout out to Julio. Oh, Julio. Yeah, remember he did his Atlas. Shout out to Julio with the Atlas. Yeah. So he was actually gonna put these on the Atlas, but they were too big. So yeah, look at all that tar just running off. This stuff stinks so bad. That's why Teggy did that face. Teggy's currently locked in. Look how filthy this is. It's crazy how dirty these rims and tires are. Just in general, I think the last time the Prado got a wash was probably 2 months ago. And that's not exaggerating, maybe even more. Not like a detailed wash like this. It's been a long time. Already see the difference. Also, Teggy had coated this probably sometime around this time last year. So it's almost been a full year of this getting coated. And let me tell you, the coating, I don't care what anybody says, the way that Teggy applies it and he does it, sorry for all the background noise, it really, really makes a difference. Because when they're cleaning it up, it makes it so much easier to clean. Look how filthy this thing is. Taking care of all the carpets that are back in the back. You already know this is a family's car, so it always gets dirty. You can tell it's coated by the way that the water beads right off of it. I wasn't a believer until I had it done to the Prado, and let me tell you, it makes a world of a difference. It's an initial investment that's gonna cost money, but it's gonna pay off in the long run. So if you have seen in my other videos, it's not just a soap it, rinse it, and brush it. Like there's actually a method to the madness. Literally gets hosed down, then iron remover on the entire car, then gets hosed down again, then iron remover again, gets sprayed with the foam cannon, and then it gets hosed down again, and then iron remover again, and then hosed down with the cannon. They scrub the wheels, and then they go in and scrub everything that needs to get done, and then they rinse it again, and then you apply the bead maker. So there's a lot of steps. So when people say, oh, you know, it's just washing a car, it's not. There's maintenance to it. If you want to have a car that looks good, if you want to have a car that they spend thousands of dollars on, this is what it takes. And Teggy may charge a premium, but guess what? It's totally worth it, especially if you upkeep it by not going to a touch garage like some people do. So this has not been at a touch garage meaning where it's going to put a bunch of swirl marks on it. This has stayed away. There's obviously going to be marks and imperfections from the times that, you know, people have like ran into it, or like there's on this fender there's a little bit of a scuff from somebody maybe opening their door. But as you can see, look, Envirocrene is what they call it, but it's just another degreaser to really get the grease off. And they go in there with that brush and they just scrub the heck out of it. So when people say, oh, Teggy's expensive, Teggy's worth every penny. And I'm not just saying this so you guys do this, because maybe like one person out of, you know, 500 will watch this and maybe do it, and that's fine. But it's just because Teggy has the attention to detail. He's super anal when it comes to this, because this is his livelihood. He really strives to give you the best, and he really does give you the best. Third time he gets suds, and this time we're claying it because it's probably rough. And this is how you knock down all the imperfections, other than with the chemicals. You do it with the glove. Washing it all off. Let's talk to Teggy. Teggy, what is this that you're putting on here?
This is a mineral deposit remover.
Okay.
So this is gonna get rid of literally any minerals. It's an acidic gel.
Okay.
So this is gonna go into the pores of the paint, the plastics, whatever it may be, and it's gonna exfoliate and get rid of any leftover minerals that might be clogging the ceramic or clogging the wax or the sealant.
Okay.
So we're putting this on.
What does it smell like?
I don't know, like
nothing really.
Yeah, nothing really. Here you go, have some more. So we wanna
applying it by hand, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like, I mean, obviously wear gloves, you know, but
yeah.
I mean, it's not really, I guess it is harmful. You know, I mean, all this stuff is kind of harmful, but
yeah, I mean, they're all chemicals that probably eat away your skin, but still.
Because you know what it is, the Prado hasn't really gotten a proper wash.
Yeah, it's been months.
It's been months. So
yeah,
this is like a we call this a decontamination detail.
Okay.
So we clayed it, you know, they get rid of any type of roughness. And we use the iron remover to get rid of some iron.
Yep.
And now we're using the mineral deposit remover to get rid of any minerals that's gonna clog. And you're gonna notice once you rinse the car,
yep,
it's gonna look a lot brighter, and it kind of resets the ceramic on the car. So if there's some areas that kind of looked a little dull or cloggy, like it wasn't as hydrophobic, this is gonna
rehydrophobic it.
If that's a word, yeah, essentially. If that's even a word.
It's a word today.
The word rehydrophobic, yeah.
Rehydrophobic. Rehydrophobic.
Rehydrophobic.
There you go. Yeah, they literally applied it to this entire side. You could tell, like, already, and it's not even rinsed. See all this? The hood. And I mean, there's been scratches that you can kind of tell, which I don't know how they got on the hood, but who knows? Maybe cats or raccoons or something walk on here. And then this is just clear coat that's peeled away for some dumb reason. There's a couple spots on the Prado. By no means is a Prado's paint perfect, but this is the closest thing to perfect that you can get without having to respray the entire car. So Gary's rinsing it off. You could already tell as he's rinsing it off. See the hydrophobic properties? Just like beads right off.
You see how you see how hydrophobic it is now?
Yeah.
Because we cleaned up any water spots, any minerals. You're like refreshing the paint.
Yeah. So Teggy was saying if you have hard water and after you wash the car, if it has that, you just apply this and then rinse it off. And that's what essentially takes the hard spots or the hard water spots. Yeah, like I was saying. But comment below. I've been telling Teggy that we should put Teggy kits together so that people could just, like a Teggy kit.
Oh yeah, we could.
We should. Comment below and tell me if that's what you want. If you want to see that on the website, like all the things, so you guys could do this at home if you're really about this life. If you want to take care of this, if you don't have a Teggy near you and you want to do that, maybe I can get with Teggy and put together a kit so that you guys can do this at home. Prado looks like $1 million already.
You see how it's a lot more hydrophobic? So it might not be beating as much. Look at the hood. Let's spray the hood really quick. So you see the hood might not be beating as much, but you see how it's sheeting?
Yeah.
So it's resetting itself now. So the ceramic's actually kind of like healing itself, if that makes any sense. And once we top it off, after that, it should be good to go.
Yeah.
So a lot of people always say, oh, my ceramic, it's not beading, it's not sheeting, it's whatever. It's because it's clogged. That's why. So this is a good way to reset your ceramic. Instead of saying, oh, the guy did a shitty job, all the ceramic didn't work, whatever it may be.
Yeah. It just needs to be
scrubbed. It needs to be exfoliated, literally.
Yeah.
So people don't understand that.
Yeah, because I think people have a misconception of what you know, what a coating is.
Yeah, well, they think it's bulletproof, or they're told it's bulletproof, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not.
Because you even said, how do you get coatings off?
You have to polish it.
Polish it. Or color correct it in that case.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Paint correct, you know, polish it. Anything abrasive that's going to work itself into the clear coat is going to remove it.
Okay. But yeah, you could tell. And the Prado hasn't been, it's been several months. I think
it's been several months.
Yeah. And
but I mean, you can see even though it was still dirty, there was still some hydrophobic properties.
Yeah.
But now,
no, I mean,
that we reset it.
My windshield beads still.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
So now that we reset it, but you have to really rinse this stuff off really, really well.
That's what Gary's doing right now, rinsing it all off. Jared?
Yeah, Jared.
Jared. Yeah. Jared. My apologies, Jared. He's gonna try this. What is this?
It's called Beneficia. Wet coat.
It actually looks like what's it called? Like something my mom would use for her hair.
It's Italian.
It's Italian.
Like me.
You guys didn't know, which is not hard to tell, but Teggy's Italian. So he's gonna try this out on the Prado. This is a bead maker.
It's like bead maker.
It's like bead maker.
So you spray it on, you let it sit, and then you rinse it, and it leaves some hydrophobic properties. I don't really believe in like all these.
Yeah.
I mean, this definitely helps with coated cars and non-coated cars, but people are like, oh, it lasts forever. It doesn't last forever. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't think it smells good. Let's see. I just put this new thing on. Let's see.
Oh yeah, because you put a sprayer. There we go.
Yeah, let's see.
Is that the same shampoo that you did earlier? The same manufacturer?
Oh, yeah.
Does it smell good?
I don't know. What does it smell like?
Oh yeah, it actually does.
Oh yeah.
That smell is strong. It smells like shaving cream. So, it's fragranced.
Definitely, it smells like shaving cream.
Yeah, but look how it's making a bead. I'm curious to see once it actually gets washed.
Me too.
What it's gonna do. Is it making a difference? Or do you like bead maker better?
I mean, it's definitely something.
Yeah. At least it makes the car smell good.
It does make the car smell good. I mean, listen, we're seeing.
Yeah, when you go to dry it, I guess that's when you'll really be able to tell.
It's a lot more thicker than bead maker.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
So then they dry it with a towel, and then we bring the blowers out, and we start blowing to get dry. This is another way to make sure that there's no water spots, so water doesn't just pool up there and then make water spots, you know? Now we get to work on the interiors. They blow. But my kids eat in the car, so these are filthy. But shout out to Recaro, because these are Recaro seats. Not that one, that's a Dino. Silver's always mad dull, but yes.
Silver's mad dull, but I mean, look at it. Look, there's barely any scratches.
I mean, there's just some, but
yeah.
I don't know where this one came from, by the way. I really don't, and it's really ticking me off.
So it's going to be almost a year.
Yeah.
And this is the first decon wash that we did, and it looks fucking sick.
Yeah, it does look really, really sick.
They cleaned up so nice.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to critique here is the windows. It's unacceptable, but that's okay. I'll come back around, because I'm very anal when it comes to the windows. No, just like the windows are unacceptable right now. Yeah. But I just like, I'm very anal when it comes to my windows. But yes, before, on the way down here, they were just very filthy dirty. But yeah, the interior is looking like $1 million. Everything's almost back in it. Just got to put Casper's seat back in. I actually have to wipe this down. The boys' seats are back. You saw how filthy those were. I mean, there's always going to be imperfections, but I think a full video to come on this, because it is for sale. Not that we're actively trying to sell it, but we are definitely in the market for an older Prado. So if this one goes, we'll be happy to get a new one. So yeah. So I was talking in my stories on Instagram, because if you want to catch live stuff, like you know, when me whipping out my phone. I'm trying to get better at being able to put it on Instagram, but I was saying on my Instagram, Teggy's literally the only one that touches this car. And obviously like me when I'm here. But look at the shine. There was no buffer, there was nothing taken to this other than, you know, decon and claying the car and the chemicals that he used, and that's it. Everything else is like, there's no swirl marks on this car. And that was from it just sitting, not sitting, but being used every day. Every day. I'm not trying to sell you on this because, you know, I don't need to sell you on this. This sells itself. So when you're thinking, oh, should I get my car coated? Oh, I'm not going to go see Teggy. I'm not going to wash my car. And Teggy might not be the one that washes it. If you get your cars coated by Teggy, I'm in Connecticut, by the way. I drive from Norwalk, Connecticut to Queens. Like, I'm in Queens, so I don't have any issues at all driving to get quality. Not that I'm saying that there's nobody in Connecticut. I just happen to know Teggy. Shout out to Nick, because he's the one that introduced me to Teggy. But this is the work that Teggy does. He is so anal. He's so, like, attention to detail that even after a couple months of it, just every day wear and tear, like through the winter, because look, if you guys don't believe me, look back. I wasn't doing YouTube back then, but look at this. 8 of 8 of 2024 was when Teggy coated this. The interior actually cleans up really nicely because it was pretty filthy dirty, because I have 3 kids and a dog. You can tell where Lola sits. But let me tell you, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, if you're like, oh man, this is super expensive, this car's from 1998 and it doesn't show it. Like, most people are like, wow, that's very clean. Like, this is cleaner than some of the sports cars out there that people drive in my area that are like, they run it through the Touch car wash. The car wash I run most cars through that have not been coated. But let me tell you, it's totally worth it. And if you're not sold on it after watching this video, I don't know what will sell you on it other than trying it and doing it yourself. So kind of leave it at that, and we'll go from there. And the last finishing touch is I got to get this engine to shine. And we just let that sit, let it absorb in the rubber and the places that it need to. So it's gonna look like $1 million. But yeah. Teggy taking his photos. We're about to put Teggy on the hot seat. Teggy, everybody's gonna want to know
What's up, brother?
what you did to this car, coating it and basically making it look like this. Not today, but what would it cost somebody if they had a Prado, same thing, they wanted to get it coated so it looked like this? A rough estimate.
So we did a full correction on this car. We did a full interior detail, and we did an engine bay detail and a 3-year ceramic coating. So we did the whole car, the windows, faces of the wheels, all the plastics, the rubber, everything's coated top to bottom. Usually takes between 20 to 30 hours worth of work. We normally charge anywhere between like $1,800 to $2,000, upwards of like $2,500. You get 1 free wash, you get a warranty, and then we show you how to wash the car.
And what does a warranty cover, so everybody knows?
So warranty covers as long as we maintain the vehicle for you, or you wash the car, you'll be all set and good to go. If you bring the vehicle to a hand wash, car wash, machine wash, or another detailer, 10 times out of 10, they're gonna mess up the car, they're gonna mess up the coating, and then there goes your warranty down the drain, and there goes your money down the drain. So if you wanna spend $2,000 or $1,000 or $500, and then we're gonna show you how to maintain the car, and you bring it somewhere else, and then you come back to us and you're like, oh, it's not beating, it's not cheating, oh, there's scratches, we're gonna know right away. So unless you wanna burn your money, go do that. If you don't wanna burn your money, bring it back to us, or we maintain it for you.
I mean, you saw it firsthand.
Oh, you maintain it, I'm sorry, you maintain it.
You saw it firsthand. The last time you saw this was several months ago, right?
Yeah, several months
like
ago.
Before,
and you
like,
haven't even washed. I mean, you went through like the
yes,
touchless wash.
Yeah, and
but
that doesn't count. Yeah,
it doesn't count. That doesn't count. You know, but this is to get like the heavy stuff off. But
yeah,
as you can see, and if you zoom in on the paint,
no, I showed him. Yeah,
it's still mint.
Yeah.
Right? And okay, it was a little rough, but now if you feel it now, it's super clean. It's super fresh. We sealed it up. And it looks brand new again.
No, like I was saying, you don't see. I know you don't see any swirl marks or anything. It's crazy.
I mean, silver hides a lot, but these lights also don't lie. So I mean, look, there's a scratch here.
Yeah, there's scratches.
You know,
there's scratches.
So
and like
maybe a 9 out of 10, an 8 out of 10. Let's just say a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But for what we just did, we refreshed everything, and now the car's good to go.
And so the question becomes too then, what should they expect to pay? Let's say, okay, let's just say they did an $1,800 one that makes it look good, and they want to wait a couple months, they wash it themselves, but then they bring it back to do what we just did. What is that?
This can range between $350 to $500, depending on
how crazy
they want to go. Sometimes we do like a ceramic topper, and we leave the car overnight, because that's an actual like topper to the coating, and that really boosts the ceramic. This we did a sealant on, which is fine. You know, you let it sit, and then you can drive it off, and you're good to go. So that can range between $350 to $500. Also, like the interior was really bad. We did the engine bay for you, so all that stuff gets included. We call it like a decon package, like a mini detail.
Yeah.
So it's just enough to bring the car back to life, and you're not really breaking the bank.
Right.
And if you maintain the car, so let's say if you wash it bi-weekly or minimum once a month, you might not have to do a decon detail or a mini detail because you're on top of it. It's maintenance.
Right.
This is key.
Yeah, and so if you're like me who just lives in an apartment and doesn't do it, just expect to pay Teggy around $350 up to $500. We'll probably put this like right in the middle, I would say. But yeah, I mean, that's not terrible for what you get. For the fact that you could drive this essentially almost a year and not have to coat this or anything, and then just have like a decon like this, I think it's perfect. And if you do have a hose at home and you are able to do this yourself, then you're just saving a ton of money yourself.
Yeah,
so.
and we'll show them how to maintain it.
Yeah.
So it's not like they have to come here once a month or bi-weekly or whatever. You know, okay, listen, you live in an apartment, it's different. It's hard for you to wash the car.
Right.
Or whoever it is. But even if they went to like a self-wash,
right,
we'll show them, hey, get these buckets, get these products, get this. You're gonna spend maybe less than $200, and that stuff will last you forever. You know, you're not going through it like we go through it, and you take care of the car yourself.
Yeah.
And you're gonna notice every time you wash the car, it's gonna be easier because it's clean all the time.
Yeah, but then you also get used to it. It's just repetition. And that's the thing is, like, Teggy's not hiding anything. There's no, like, proprietary this, that, or the other.
Yeah,
it's
you don't
like,
have to buy a special soap. You don't have to buy a special this or that. Like, we show you exactly what we use. If you're like, oh, I don't want to use this plug, I want to use something else, you can ask us and say, what do you think about this? You know, because I've tried thousands of products. You know, we just used that Italian stuff, and I was like, I've never used this. Let's see how it works.
Yeah.
You know, so is that Italian stuff worth it to me to use on everybody's car? It's a little bit too expensive, you know, so I'm not going to charge somebody more to do that, but bead maker is just as good, you know. I'm not going to spend $40-50 on something that small.
Right, right.
So it's different for everybody, but I think this came out really, really nice.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want this done, hit up Teggy. I'll put Teggy's phone number in the video. Hit him up. Let him know that Mendy sent you his way.
And not to mention, what year is this car?
98.
98. So if you really think about it, because a lot of people always go, oh, you know, I bought the K-Van, or I bought this car and it's 30 years old and I don't want to put the money into it or whatever. Look how nice this car looks. And you spent a couple $100, well, we spent a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if you do a big package like this, or even like a mini package or whatever, if you have a budget, look how nice the car looks, and it's done the right way. So it doesn't even matter how old the car is, because everybody always gives me that excuse. Oh, it's a 98. It's not worth, it's not worth the time or the money. If you're keeping it, right?
This is a 98.
This looks better than this S-Class right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. They're cleaning the S-Class right now, but I think that compared to this and this, just completely night and days, complete difference. So, I mean, it pays for itself. It depends how much you want to go into it, obviously. Like, if the car has clear coating that's like peeling, and that's a different story, you know. That just needs to, at what point, get done. Oh, yeah. And it's got 210,000 kilometers.
10,000 kilometers. And
so nice late night at Teggy's. Help them finish that up. Project Acti's still here. We'll get to it. I need the lift, so I have to reach out to them to get the lift. And then I want to space these wheels out a little more. But it's time to go to the one place I love to go when I'm at Teggy's. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you've seen other videos while I'm at Teggy's, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this thing came out absolutely clean. I'm excited for it. You know, but it's El Gordo Chimichurro. Look at this line. Another 34 over there. 100 pounds, also 100 pounds. So tires for the Atrai here.
Tires are so heavy.
And we're gonna go get them installed.
Oh, Robert, how about us roll them. Oh, yeah.
Come on. Since they can't carry them, they can roll them. Put them to work early so they learn how to work. I'll say it publicly. I will not be paying for my kids' college. If they want to go to college, they'll pay for it. If they want to work, they will work. That's the best thing I can give them in life. No, I should have kept filming, but they let the tires go and they started to roll too quickly. Last thing I want them to do is hit a neighbor's car with the tires. So we dropped off the Atrai to get the tires done, left it at the shop, but it's such a beautiful day out. We have the sunroof open, windows down. We're enjoying the drive. When we go places, we tend to want to take back roads just because they're a little bit more enjoyable than taking like the main highway. We happen to be headed up to Fishkill, New York, or Peekskill? Peekskill, New York. So back roads to there is absolutely beautiful. You get to go through little towns like this that most people don't know of. Vista, New York, and you get to just drive. You get to enjoy the drive of the windy roads and beautiful homes and beautiful leaves on the trees. But we're headed to look at something. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it on video. I don't know if I put it in my other video, but you saw that I went to go look at another mini truck that somebody was selling. But we've had one of these before for Mendy Imports. Before Mendy Imports was a thing. It was a highlighter green, that's all we'll say.
Yeah.
If I get to show you, great. If not, I'll put some pictures. But I'll try to take some video anyway. So for now, we're gonna get to enjoy the drive. And then once we get back from this adventure, we'll go pick up the Atrai and we'll show you. Look at that beautiful home. So yeah. So we're about 4 minutes out from where we're headed. We're really in the boonies or the sticks over here. You said Peekskill?
Yeah.
So it's Peekskill, New York. So let's see if I'm going to be able to show you what we're looking at today. I do like that it's got the, you know, the fridge and everything back here, so it's ready to go. What was your favorite feature about it?
Really smooth, honestly.
Really?
Compared to my other one.
Yeah.
Like shifting gears and changing gears are very smooth.
Well, I mean,
the one I like more for like to camp in. You
Yeah.
can camp with you because they have the pop up.
Yeah.
I gotta get it running.
So the bus was way too rough. The biggest thing when you come look at cars is knowing how to walk away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got one for $2,000. He had this one listed for $15,000. So there's no way I was going to pay $15,000. I mean, you saw the little portion of the video of it, but that's okay. And people are like, why are you looking at this bus? And it's like, again, if you get it for the right price, it's worth it. You know what I mean? It would have been maybe if I got it running. If it was running, I probably would have paid, you know, a decent amount of money for it, but it wasn't running. And it was really rough inside. It had a bunch of stuff. Ants were all over it. I just wasn't feeling it to go get something that has a ton of ants on it. So for now, we go home with a pocket full of money and empty-handed with no car. What I will say is, wow, the camera's picking up the storm over there pretty well. Do you see that?
Wow.
So there is a river down there. We went past it, but sometimes you walk away and you don't get something, but you can enjoy the drive and get beautiful views.
Oh, here comes the rain.
And the rain's on its way, and it's about to start pouring. But I love the color of this house because it's so different.
So pretty. We love this house so much. On the hill.
Yeah. So we're gonna head home and see what else we find on the way back home. First of all, I want to take time to admire the Prado because it's so stinking clean. But when you take adventures like this, maybe raining, but we found this farm with a little farm stand, ridiculously overpriced. $16, $17 for this, and $5 for some chocolate milk. But it's the adventure. So we're back to town for a tire. They closed because they had to go home, which is fair. But check it out. New rubber. So new rubber on the van. We got to get this thing washed. And it's been aligned. This thing is absolutely ready to go. So if anybody wants to buy it, let me know. I'll keep the price the same, $6,500. I'm pretty gonna much stay right where it's at because of the fact that I just did a bunch of stuff to it. And then we'll end the day off. We had dinner. Now we're at the beach. Whoa. Yeah, dinner was not very good. We're up on the watchtower chilling. So we're in Connecticut, and you can't really see it because it's kind of a cloudier day here. That's a sailboat out there, which is really cool. But over there is Long Island. So basically, picture Connecticut. This is Connecticut. This is Long Island, and then like New York City's down here. So we have all this body of water, but because there's we're protected by Long Island, we don't really get quote unquote real beaches. And so what the issue becomes is we don't have really nice sand to walk on because there's a lot of seashells that come up from the water. And so we get littered with seashells, as you can tell, which is a drawback, but nevertheless, it's still a beach. We still get to enjoy it. And we're out here chilling.
Glue them.
Okay.
We can dig through them
Yep.
to see which ones we like best.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. This one's
Megan wanted me to show you how beautiful it is right here, but then as we keep turning, you see the storm brewing. You see how dark it's actually getting? It's kind of nuts. She said she saw some thunder and lightning already. So we'll get out of here in just a few.
Oh my goodness, look at that!
I found it in an animal.
Augie,
Yeah, but that's insane.
Cool.
This is a perfect example of somebody who has a K truck and is putting it to work. Shout out to Old Post Road Market, because they put their label on it and then they just leave it parked out front. And people are wondering what the heck this K truck is, and it's them just using it as a marketing tool. What I've been saying from the get-go with all these crazy cars I bring, they can all attract eyes, aka marketing for your business. Put your logo on it, everybody's gonna want to know what the heck is this, and then they read your logo on the side of it, and then they're gonna remember you because of that blue K truck. Old Post Road Market.